If you were to look at the first half of this football game as a Seahawks fan, it would have been better to sleep in because they were sleepless in Germany when it came to that first half. The no-sleep team, or the team that was 3 hours behind, does not get the win here today. They struggled through that first half, which set the tone for the rest of the game. Michael Dixon was easily your highlighted player in that first half, and if your punter is your number one guy, you probably aren't winning the football game. Things shifted in the second half. Geno Smith got it going, the offense started cooking, and they started moving the football, but time came up short. The summary of this game ball goes to Rachaad White. He was fantastic from the first half to the second half. Put the game on ice in the end, and Seattle moves to 6-4 after a 21-16 loss against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's a lot to unpack in this football game. Like I said, I think it was a tale of two halves. If Seattle played the way they did in the second half, we're easily looking at a 7-3 record, and they're going to the bye week very excited. They didn't make adjustments soon enough for them to win this football game. Honestly, that first half looked very similar to the first 3 weeks of the season. They couldn't stop the run. They gave up big chunk plays. Third down conversions were fantastic for the Buccaneers. I mean, I watched that game and I was going, gosh, 3rd and 10, got it. 3rd and 11, got it. I think there was a stat at one point in the game, they were 8 of 12, and Seattle was like 8-0-4 with third down conversions. You gotta convert those third downs. The run game wasn't working for Seattle in the first half. And then the second half, they completely abandoned it, and it worked out. It's like they had some passing lanes open. Geno Smith found some good found some good throws, made a great pass to Tyler Lockett, made a great pass on 4th and 1. Fantastic throw to Marquise Goodwin. It gave us life. I thought for sure Seattle might have a chance, but Tom Brady is Tom Brady. There's a reason he is the greatest player of all time in the NFL. He just gets it done. He threw a nice pass over the middle to Chris Godwin on that final drive. Rachaad White, like I said, he got another great, fantastic run. That was the story of this game. But let's unpack some things that were kind of neat in the game, right? The reason Seattle even had a shot in this game was what happened to Leonard Fournette. He wasn't on the field much at all today, but when he was, he got a touchdown. But when he was, he threw an interception to Tariq Woolen, and Tom Brady fell down. Didn't know what to do in that situation, trips him, Seattle gets the ball, and this was where the momentum shifted. This was like, okay, Seattle's down 14-3, they just got a big turnover, they're down around the 25 of Tampa, and Geno Smith is looking around. It's not a designed run play. He takes the ball, runs it, fumbles the ball, and everything shifted. That was when I felt like the game was over, when I was watching the fourth quarter where, the two amazing drives. That was awesome. And then the defense stepped up. Cody Barton got an interception after Jordan Brooks got hurt. I'm sitting there going, whoa. But it's like in that moment, Geno Smith made a mistake that was very costly. He obviously made up for it in the rest of the game. But when I was watching that, it was like it shifted everything. It was like, man, they have a true chance to win this game or at least get points. You just get points on the board. You make that a 14-6 game and it's not 21-3. I like the chances that they close this one out because after that, the Buccaneers had no answer. Obviously, the final drive they definitely did. But in reality, if the Seahawks just didn't give a turnover or shift momentum, I think we're looking at this differently. I'm like, oh yeah, man, they're cooking into the bye week. They're sitting atop. But I think ultimately, when you look at just the way Seattle's played, I think if you're a Seahawks fan, you gotta be excited. I think there was a lot coming into this game where we were pumped, and I definitely thought this was gonna be a different result. Buccaneers have been struggling kind of all season long. I thought for certain that Seattle wouldn't have too much of an issue. I mean, obviously, any team that Tom Brady is going to lead, it's going to be a difficult game. But I really thought Seattle across the board had what it took to win this game, but they didn't. And Buccaneers, you have credit where credit is due. Game, set, and match is what I said when Tom Brady scored and it made it 21-3. I think we were in the fourth quarter. Almost certain there was about 13 minutes left. Overall, a really fun game to watch in Germany. Those fans were fantastic. Hope they play more games there. One thing I would say though is that field was a little bit interesting. It was great to see them play on grass, but there's a lot of slip and slide here and there. I don't know I think there was some report that there was some rain throughout the week that was ultimately possibly the reason as to why it was a slip and slide here and there. But at the end of the day, Germany was a delight to watch. It was fun to see those fans. They were excited, they were pumped, and it was really cool to see a Seahawks chant going on, a Geno chant going on from time to time. It was a really good football game. Yes, I would have enjoyed seeing the Seahawks win this one, but I can't say that this was an overall terrible game. There's still a lot of positives. They put up a good fight against a good team, which will be in the playoffs. Obviously, the Buccaneers have been stumbling for, the first 8 weeks. They were struggling 3-5, but they're starting to turn the corner. And like I said, it's a Tom Brady led team. It's going to be a competitive team whenever you put that man out there. Let me know your thoughts on this football game. I think it was a good game overall. Yes, it would have been fun to see Seattle pick up a dub. The area that struggled in that first half, like I said, that set the tempo. Second half adjustments were made. They started making some good progress. Just too little too late. And I hope that isn't the theme for the rest of the season. Hope they have a bit of a faster start. I think that's why Seattle's been able to really control a game is they converted third downs. They would get starting fast, get a couple touchdowns in the first half. This game was different. This was very, like I said, reminiscent of those 2015, 2020 years, when Russell was there and where they just couldn't get it going. Third downs, they couldn't convert. And when you can't convert third downs, if you can't convert a 3rd and 1, a 3rd and 2, you're not going to win a lot of football games. And that was the case for them. The Buccaneers did what they couldn't do in this game until the 4th quarter. But it was too little, too late. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video.